After spending $50 million in ads last year, I have always said, everybody that I come in contact with, that LinkedIn is just a mispriced ad platform. It just is. Go on there, CPMs are super high, and it ends up not being something that is economically viable for a business. I think that if you're spending 60, 70, 80, 100 grand per month on other platforms, I think it makes sense to throw 10% of the budget in LinkedIn just for omni-channel retargeting. I've changed my mind on that, and I'm very proud to say this because if I get new information, I will change my opinion. And today, I'm changing my opinion. I actually think LinkedIn is a powerhouse of an ad platform. Based on some of the results that we're seeing now, I want to show you guys today. I want to show you what LinkedIn has done for us in the last, say, 2-3 weeks. Not a lot of spend. Let me be very clear. Not a lot of spend, but really good results in the beginning. Very surprised by the CPMs, very surprised by the quality of lead, very surprised at how easy it is to set up. And so I want to break down some of the things that LinkedIn has that other ad platforms don't have, pros and cons. And I'm going to show you the campaign setup so you can kind of get an idea of how I'm structuring these campaigns to find targeted decision makers of big companies. And let me be very clear. We got folks from IBM, we got Gusto, we got Deal, we got some big players coming in and looking at our stuff and opting in as leads. And so if you are a B2B founder, salesperson, marketer, and you're looking to get middle market and enterprise level customers, I think LinkedIn has real pull now, and it's definitely got to be a part of the marketing mix for sure. And we're restructuring our internal team now to have a playbook for this and systems for this because dang, it's working so well. In the beginning, what I had assumed is, you have Meta. Meta is like the powerhouse platform. Why? Because Meta has the most amount of users. If it was a country, it would be the biggest country in the world. It has the most amount of users. It has the most intelligent targeting. So literally all the ad campaigns that work the best for us on Meta is all broad targeting. The targeting really comes down to what you say in the creative. So if you say that you're a software that does this, solves this problem, and it's for this person, and you say that in the copy, like this is for CTOs that are dealing with this. So ideally, like for our enterprise and middle market customers going after those folks, what we found is that like if somebody's in a boardroom conversation and they say that we need a new MarTech tool for whatever, they're going to get your ad if you're saying it appropriately in the ad. And so if you think your phone only starts listening to you after you say, "Hey Siri," how could it know that you said, "Hey Siri"? Right? Or you do risk management or you do med tech or anything like this. If a doctor's talking about how they have too many billing tickets or whatever, and you're a billing ticket software, something like this, like it will show up on Meta. It's crazy. So Meta, of course, still takes the lion's share of the spend. The problem with Meta is platform changes. You will get slapped for no reason. You have no idea why. I'm sure you've been there if you're advertising on Meta. We've definitely been there. So algorithm changes, platform changes. Now it's like you need a bunch of creative diversity with the Andromeda update, and it's CBO all the way. So it's just like super weird, super different. Another thing is restrictions. So this is actually very candidly the reason why I ended up getting onto LinkedIn was because our ad account was restricted and we have millions in spend. We're a Meta ad partner and we still got screwed. It is what it is, right? I mean, you're at the helm of whatever BS that they want to put you through. Page restrictions, ad account restrictions. If you advertise a lot of money on Meta, you've seen this before. So that's a big problem. Another thing too is that all these additions to the creative, so like Creative Advantage Plus and like Translate Text and site links and all this other stuff that you have to click no. And then still sometimes your ad will be messed up because it's set up wrong, but not because you did it, but because Meta thinks that it's good to put music on your dang ad, right? So things like this, those are all, this is the con. Another thing too is that like Conversion API, I have another video on Conversion API, I'll link it somewhere here. But with Conversion API, this is the best way to get the right data back to that platform so you can use broad targeting. This essentially says, okay, I have a qualified lead in my CRM. I want to send that qualified lead back to the ad platform from my CRM. Hooking it up, setting it up is quite difficult. I do have a training though, you can find it down below. It's called the API training. It takes about 15 minutes and it works for any CRM that you want. If you're just using Pixel, you're not going to get good data. So you want to retire the Pixel and you want to use Conversion API. It's a bit difficult to set up, and it's relevant for LinkedIn because they make it very easy on LinkedIn. And overall, it's just, if you spend money on Meta, it's just going to work. Now, for LinkedIn, less users, and typically these users are not like apt to be clicking on ads. So they're not as click happy. I think nowadays, LinkedIn has turned into more of a marketing platform. People are tossing out lead magnets and come at this to get this, whatever, and people are really biting this up. But it's a lot of kissing toads. It's kind of a cesspool. Your targeting is really good. So your targeting can get really specific. However, can be a bit of a labyrinth. And I'll show you some different ways that I'm using targeting to get the lowest cost per lead and the lowest cost per call. It's been incredible. And I'll show you how I'm doing targeting to make it very simple. Not many changes and not a lot of different things that you can change in there, which makes it simple on a change perspective. Okay. From like a ad setup perspective, this actually makes it very easy and user-friendly to get a campaign out in about 20 minutes. Restrictions, I had some ads and some ad copy restricted. You have less pliability, but from what I've seen so far, they're a little bit more lenient and they're not just going to cut your ad account. They're going to, restrict some of your ads. Something that I'm going to talk about with the copy, how to make your LinkedIn ads work. You have to be kind of grab them by the throat because all the other stuff on LinkedIn is super vanilla, right? So if you're not vanilla, it does well, but not many, it's a little bit more lenient, okay? So it's a little bit more restricted. The additions to the ads and the changes to the ads and whatnot, not really. It's much more simple this way as well. And then the conversion tracking is far simpler to do conversion API, and I'll show you how that works in a second. So conversion API is a 5-minute process. Very, 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 very simple. I love it a lot. So that's just the breakdown of the two. What I had thought before is that I thought LinkedIn had high CPMs. Not true now. I don't know what they changed. I don't know what they did differently. I don't know what their targeting looks like now that made this happen, but it's happening. And the CPMs are not high at all. It's actually lower than my Meta CPMs. So let's jump into the campaigns, and maybe I can give you a look about what this really breaks down to so you can have an idea. Now, it's not that I spent a whole ton of money. I think I'm spending about $600 per day. So we look at the last 30 days. Yeah, I spent about $2,000, but I got a whole hell of a lot of conversions. Now, this is getting conversions. This is views, but I'm going to show you some of the things here in the breakdown of these campaigns and show you how I set them up. So you don't want to do the campaign optimization, meaning you want to do ad set budget. You don't want to do campaign budget, right? You want budget set at the ad set level. Okay, this is good for when you're doing specific targeting like this. For Meta, you want to do open broad targeting. For CBO on the campaign level. For LinkedIn, it does not work. I tried it. Now, if we go to this ad set, what's great here is I used very simple buying groups. So what it's going to ask you is it's going to ask you for auto targeting. What I had done here is I gave it my website, and then since my website is really good, it talks about the right person, it gave me buying groups. And so I was able to select 3 buying groups of like our top 3 best B2B SaaS segments. These don't compete with each other. Healthcare software can be a bunch of different stuff. Risk management software can be a bunch of different stuff. So we work with B2B SaaS companies, B2B service companies, and I have some campaigns for B2B services. For this, it's like this healthcare software could be doing different things compared to this other one because we have a non-compete when we work with our folks. Which, by the way, if you are one of those companies doing over $1 million a year, B2B SaaS, B2B service, you're looking to fill pipeline with LinkedIn ads and AI or with Meta ads and AI, and we have a guarantee for the result. Grab the free report below or book a call below with our team. We can see if we can help you and guarantee that deal for you. However, you get to choose these buying groups. This is a pretty good target size considering the CPMs, right? I mean, I'm not going to be able to spend $5,000 a day on this, but I can start opening up a little bit wider. I did single image. I am testing some video. I know that some folks do message and conversations. Right now, it's just very simple. I'm using a single image. Tracking parameters, I use these for Hyros. I recommend using Hyros. And then I'm doing $200 a day as a start here for this ad set. And conversion tracking, this is the beautiful part. The conversion tracking, literally, it's just when you set this up, it just shows you what stage in your CRM do you want the lead to be. So in my CRM, anybody who's a qualified lead, meaning they give us their annual revenue on the lead magnet page and they are above $1 million a year, then I mark them as qualified lead in the lead stage. And this pulls in from Lead Connector like this, which is our CRM. Same thing for qualified appointment. So they go into the right stage, boom, they're a qualified appointment. Amazing. And then page view is just simple pixel. And then purchase, we haven't had any purchases yet, but it seems like we have a couple deals in the pipeline that will close. Same thing there for purchases. Order, invoice completed, send back to, put it into stage, and then the stage will connect here. This took about 5 minutes, which is so much better. Conversion API, so much better. Amazing stuff here. And then here's how to really make it work. So I just took our highest performing ads that were on Facebook, and I literally just copied it over. This is the thing. What you want to make sure that you do is that you write some really dang good copy, meaning you want to be totally different than what everybody else is seeing on LinkedIn. I know that I've said before in previous videos, and I've said about, advertising that you want to be like the platform. You don't want to mold in everybody else's BS on LinkedIn. I write some damn good copy here. I'm like put the bottle down, Captain, right? You reach for the whiskey, put the bottle down, Captain. There's a better way. I'm writing long form copy here, broken up into a lot of sections, and you want to pull out your true marketer when you write this copy and grab them by the throat. And then this is going to a free thing, so it's free report, 5 AI ways to book 100 plus qualified demos. And if you're a B2B SaaS leader looking to fill pipeline, read carefully. And what's beautiful about LinkedIn is that you have a lot of real estate to be able to put information. You have your lead in copy, which is, the biggest thing that's going to qualify the person before they click see more. So I don't want anybody that's under $1 million to be clicking see more or continuing, right? You have a lot of real estate on the headline here, which is great. And I just took our highest performing ads, right? These are the ones that are just ripping. But like I said, it comes down to copy because people read on LinkedIn. And this is just going to a simple lead magnet page, which I have other videos talking about that. And if we look at the results, I spent about $3,000, 79 leads, $38 a piece, and 6 qualified calls, which for me, I really like the sound of this. So far, they've all showed up. So far, they've all been perfect people. And so far, they've all been really excellent leads. Okay, like I said, it's been enterprise and middle market type of companies, because when I target these buying groups, I'm also targeting them to the revenue amount and the function of the business that I really want to talk to. Specifically for this campaign, as you can see, this one here, Europe, Canada, Australia, United States, UAE, South America, European Union, and European Economic Area. So I open it up a little bit more broad here, and I just have this saved audience of who I know is going to be in B2B SaaS or B2B services that sell by appointment, and their job function is going to be anybody who is going to be touching their marketing or touching their sales, director, VP, or owner, and I have 1 to 100. The other ones are getting more than 100, but in this case, for this low ticket, I think that this is a good targeting for them. And actually, I want to disable that audience expansion because I don't trust it. And then this is also another $200 a day with the same conversion tracking here. That's what I found from LinkedIn. A couple other things that I want to mention here is that you have to write really good copy. As you can see, this actually has changed. So the data here is actually, I got a whole hell of a lot more leads. So $7 a lead, $95 cost per call. So actually these numbers are correct. The ones before were not correct because I had to open up the reporting period. I would make this exchange all day, right? So got to have good creative, of course, right? But don't try to make it like the platform. You have to make it like something that's actually going to get attention that's different. You have to come differently to LinkedIn from what you see from LinkedIn. Don't study LinkedIn and say, I want to make it similar to what I'm seeing. No, you got to make it completely different. Be disagreeable, be different, be kind of eye-opening, be contrarian, and I hope this video was productive. If you are interested in looking to get guaranteed qualified calls, company, your B2B SaaS or your service, and over $1 million a year, go one of the links below and book a call with us to see if we can guarantee it for you. That's not a sales call. That's just like, hey, how you doing? Can we even help you? Yes or no? Do we have another person that's competing with you? Yes or no? Because if we do, we want to be able to help you. But leave a comment, leave a like, let me know what else I should make videos on moving forward in the future. I love this stuff. And if I have new opinions based on new data, I will definitely change my opinion. And in this case, I've changed my opinion a lot on LinkedIn. It's been a wonderful tool for us and a good diversification channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.